close the door of his house, and step into the darkness of the Roman night. Keeping to the shadows, he sneaked along the back streets of the city, and from time to time looking back to see if he was being followed. At the outskirts of the city, he hurried towards the dark opening in the rock. Once inside, he groped along the gloomy passageways that had been hollowed out long ago to get stone for building the city. The man tiptoed on through the maze of corridors, guided only by the sound of music. At last, he saw the light at the end of a passageway, hastened towards the light. In the vaulted stone chamber, he found men and women dressed in white, singing a song of joy. Long into the night, he worshipped together with the Christians of Rome, safe from the watchful eye of Nero's guards. One after another, the men and women shared their testimonies of trials they were facing, of prayers answered, of victories gained. They cried together as they shared story after story of friends and relatives being hunted down, slain and tortured in the horrible Roman ways. Behind the persecution was Nero, Emperor of Rome. After the Great Fire of July 64 AD, persecution escalated. Many said Nero himself set fire for the joy of seeing it burn as background to the recitation of his poems about the burning of Troy. The fire raged for 6 days until 2/3 of the city was destroyed. True or not, the people blamed Nero, and he became alarmed at their hatred. To appease them, he rushed into the streets, scattering money to the fleeing people until his treasury was empty. Then, to divert the people's attention away from himself, Nero blamed Christians for having set fire to Rome. He gave orders for every Christian to be hunted and killed. Some were fed to lions, but others suffered even worse fates. He had his servants sew some of the skins of wild animals and then set wild dogs upon them. He covered some with pitch and fastened them to poles which he planted in the garden of his palace. These living torches then provided light for some of Nero's feasts. Just as Jesus prophesied, so it is happening. The believers in the catacombs must have told themselves. They sang and prayed together and encouraged one another to be faithful should they be put to the test. Here they heard sermons and read letters written by the apostles. They also enacted the Lord's Supper together and gathered strength for the morrow. If you had lived in AD 64, would you have had the courage to risk your life and find your way into the catacombs to worship Jesus Christ and to take part in the communion